Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small-town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Keokuk County Medical Clinic is your one-stop shop for healthcare. Our behavioral health providers offer a wide range of services to help you reach your goals. We have multiple family practice providers who see patients of all ages for acute and chronic care. Through a partnership with Bloom Pediatrics of Ottumwa, McKenna Bond, ARNP, is here on Wednesday and Friday mornings to give your child the special care they need. Libby Dasso, PAC, is here for all your rheumatology needs. Jack's Corner Drug is located just down the hall for your convenience.
The Watch Your Opera House in Watch Your, Iowa presents The Boys in concert Saturday, February 22nd from 7 to 9 p.m. The Boys are a dynamic band fronted by twin brothers Lee and Adam Klett. They bring a traditional feel back to modern country music. Their catchy original music will have you dancing and singing along. Admission is a free will donation. For more information, go to watchyouroperahouse.org. It's The Boys this Saturday at the Watch Your Opera House. Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider. And Oski Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Oski Dental. The Brooklyn Opera House in Brooklyn, Iowa presents Jordan Beam with Sam Roberts in concert Saturday, March 1st at 8 p.m. Tickets are just $12.50 in advance, $17.50 at the door. Jordan Beam is the Iowa Music Awards Country Music Artist of the Year for 2024 and the 2023 Midwest Country Music Organization's New Artist of the Year. It's Jordan Beam with Sam Roberts at the Brooklyn Opera House Saturday, March 1st at 8 p.m.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams.
Try it again. You're getting the hang of this. Good job.
American Family Insurance.
Contact Christy Tarr in Oskaloosa at 641-673-8965. Hey, we are live here at Barn Wired in Sigourney for the Iowa Music Showcase. How we all doing today? Hey, we got a lively crowd, a lively bunch here in the big old town of Sigourney, Iowa, again at Barn Wired. Get in here for some lunch and maybe do some shopping. We've got my Iowa Music Showcase artist with me today, Dirk Von Steen.
Yes.
I've been promoting it as Von Stein, and I'll probably screw up and call you that at some point,
okay.
but it's Dirk Von Steen here on our Iowa Music Showcase. We're going to get to Dirk here momentarily, but put your hands together. Miss Amanda Snakenberg is here to tell us all about the goodies going on here at Barn. Can you want me to move? I'm going to move. You want me to? Well, we got stuff in the way. We'll just do the old flippity flop.
All right.
Tell us what's going on.
Today's lunch special is chicken fettuccine with garlic bread and green beans. It's amazing. It's been flying out the door, so if you want it, you better get in here. Our sandwich of the week is a Philly melt on pita with your choice of side, and then our soup is chicken and wild rice. Next week, I saw that we have meatloaf, a chicken bake. There's some new menu items I see for lunch specials next week. Our sandwich of the week is going to be the Monte Cristo, and our soup is loaded baked potato with bacon next week. So that sounds really good. Of course, I've been telling you all that we have new products coming in, but there is 13 boxes currently sitting back there, so it literally is rolling in. I'm so excited for the new stuff that we have coming in. And there is going to be a couple big changes that will be released next week. I'm just giving you a little teaser because I'm not going to tell you because some of my staff doesn't even know it yet. So after Monday, it will be released on social media. But next Friday, I will have all the details for you here on the Steve Schottler Show.
Steve Shetler Show. Yeah. All right. Watch out, I might get sued for that one. Cease and desist, Steve. If this is not the Steve Shetler Show, that was past life. We don't want to go there. Hey, but you're tuned in to Steve Shetler Media here on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate that. As she mentioned, tons of new stuff rolling in just a little while ago that they're going to be displaying. So, I'm wondering what the changes are going to be. I don't even know. She's going to surprise all of us. So let's get to our artist, Mr. Dirk Von Steen, here on our Iowa Music Showcase. Dirk, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me today, Steve.
Thank you for coming all the way down to the big town of Sigourney. Yeah. You said this is your first time in Sigourney?
This is my first time in Sigourney. So
did you know it was pronounced Sigourney?
Sigourney, I did.
All right.
Yes.
You weren't going to call it Sigourney or anything?
No. I knew just from watching the sports over the years that was how you pronounce the town.
Yes, Sigourney Keota, well known for the football program and other sports as well. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where do you come from?
Yeah, I live in Bondurant, Iowa, is where I live, and that's where my wife and we have 5 kids between the two of us. So
busy house.
It's a very busy house. It's been a busy week, and we've had some sickness go through the house that I've been avoiding very strategically. So it's good. It was good to get away and take a nice little road trip down here today to see you today.
Sure. Now, if people aren't familiar with the state of Iowa map, where on the map is Bondurant?
It's right next to Altoona.
Okay. Adventureland.
Yes.
You ride the
just
tornado?
Right down the street. Oh, yeah.
See a family show? Hear a rock and roll band?
My whole life I've gone there, yeah.
Cool. So tell us maybe a little bit about the background in music. Now, you were telling me some of your background, and it's pretty interesting, where your musical roots came from to where you are today. So let's go in the Wayback Machine.
Wayback Machine. So I started taking piano lessons when I was probably 5 or 6 years old, and took those long enough to where my mom let me play drums, and because I always wanted to play drums. It was always the cooler of the instruments to play, and she did tell me that I would regret it, not continue to take, and she's correct. She's right in that. But so at 13, started playing the drum set, put a kind of a garage band together, and we were talking a Nirvana cover band, basically.
Nirvana.
So did that, and then when I moved to college, I moved in with 2 drummers and always wanted to play guitar anyway, so started doing that. Taken plenty of guitar lessons over the years, and was in Central Iowa Blues Society, had a blues band that I played with for a while, and they're a great community, and they support the blues really well in the state of Iowa.
Yeah.
So did that, and then took a break. Had some time in there. Today I'm a little over 10 years sober.
Nice.
So thank you very much. So so there was a drought in my music time in there where I kind of put it down for a while, and due to getting sober and wanting to get back playing music again, I started going to church and then leading worship at the church youth band, and got into the Sunday service and all that, and during COVID, I kind of got to a point where I decided I really wanted to start writing music again, and to get out. So I took some vocal lessons, and because guitar playing always felt confident in a little bit, at least felt like I kind of knew what I was doing anyway. And vocally, I never quite felt like I had a seat at the table. So took some vocal lessons, and been out. Got 2 albums now that I've released, 2 EPs out on Spotify, and enjoying where things are going right now. It's a lot of fun. So
that's a lot to unpack.
Yeah,
you just gave me a whole lot of information, and then as you were saying all of it, I was getting lots of great questions, and now I'm like, what?
Yeah. That was a lot. Shortened version.
All right, so let's go. All right, so we go back. Which, by the way, you have a perfect piano name. Like if you were to grow up and be a pianist, a famous piano player, Dirk Von Steen. I can see you flipping the tails back and sitting.
Well, now you're making me feel like I should have listened to my mom, Steve.
But you went kind of the rock and roll route. That's interesting. A Nirvana cover band.
Yeah.
That's kind of right up my alley because all my favorite music basically comes from the 90s. So that 90s grunge scene. Although I was in country radio for my whole radio career, but when I wasn't working on the radio, I was listening to like you said, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam,
yeah.
Metallica, all
Yep.
that stuff from the 90s. So how in the world did you get from there? What made you switch into more of a kind of a countryish Americana blues-ish?
I got into one of the bands that I got into back in those days they were called Days of the New.
Oh, yeah.
And they were an acoustic rock band.
Yeah.
And I really fell in love with their style and their sound, and bought their guitar book. And I was always the drummer, that nobody really wanted to just get behind the drum set, just put the guitar down. So I in my bedroom, so to speak, got that book out and really fell in love with that style of acoustic playing.
Okay.
So that was really kind of where that kind of started.
Okay.
And yeah.
During your younger years, were you involved in music in like high school,
Absolutely.
the band, and
Okay. Marching band, pep band. I graduated from Bonneret Farrar when we won a state title.
Nice.
And back in those days, and I was okay at sports. I was pretty good, but I wasn't the elite. So I actually had more fun playing with my buddies in the pep band at the state tournament and being able to do that. So yeah, marching band, pep band, all that kind of stuff.
And were you doing any vocals at all back then?
Not
or were you
really.
too shy to do that?
No, definitely not what I was into at all.
Okay, so yeah, you've really progressed then post high school.
yes.
Well, that's interesting, and yeah, your recovery from alcoholism that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that, and we're going to get more into that. Take a maybe a little deeper dive into some other stuff that you brought up there. But
yeah,
let's get into your first song. You got your guitar in hand. What song are we going to do first?
The first one I'm going to do is called Angel Road. So, through working a program of recovery, and coming to a point in my life where, Jesus revealed himself to me, so to speak. I've been reading through, John 3:16 more and more and more. And when it talks about, eternal life, and one of the things that Jesus revealed is that eternal life doesn't happen and start after we die. It starts the moment that we accept Christ. And that's so in doing that, what the feeling of understanding that I'm on my way to heaven to be with Jesus one day it just opened up this whole new perspective of love and joy and happiness. And so this song is called Angel Road.
Okay, let's do it. Put your hands together. Give some love to Dirk Von Steen.
All right.
Here on
Thank
our
you very
Iowa
much.
Music Showcase. We're live at Barnwired in Sigourney.
The voice in my head's telling me I'm not good enough and I don't deserve the love that you so freely give. Help me to leave the past behind. One day I will walk down that road where the angels are, they spread their wings, and it's lined with gold. Your words are growing in my heart, trying to cultivate a faith beyond all space and time. Through the noise, the doubt, the weight. One day I will walk down that road where the angels are, they spread their wings, and it's lined with gold. The black night always gives into the light. It's darkest just before the dawn on Angel Road. Well, I will not stop to rest my feet or to ease my pain. It's not by force, it's not by greed, it's by grace. One day I will walk down that road where the angels are, they spread their wings and it's lined with gold. One day I will walk down that road where the angels are, they spread their wings and it's lined with gold.
Dirk Von Steen here on our Iowa Music Showcase. Again, we're live at Barnwired in Sigourney, now doing original songs as we always do here on the Iowa Music Showcase. As you mentioned, you've got a couple of projects out there. I was listening to those, kind of getting prepared for today. Earlier today, I was listening to some of your stuff, and if I remember right, those came out kind of back-to-back years, 23 and 24,
yes.
right?
Yeah. So I had a good friend that down in Missouri, that a Union brother, Union Local 33 Union brother that has a studio down at his place and was nice enough to let us come down there and record. So yeah,
Okay.
The first one I did was just kind of the first one, and I did it kind of solo by myself. And then last year I had my brother come out and play some drums with me, and Tom Shadnick also was nice enough to come
Okay.
and play some fiddle violin on that as well. So yeah.
Awesome. And I don't know, did I ask you to describe your style of music? I don't know if I did earlier.
We talked about it before
talked
we
about it
went
a little
on
bit.
air a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's what genre is? It's kind of Americana Christian, I guess, would probably kind of be what maybe you'd define it as. If I was going to ever be on the Grammy Awards, I don't know what category they would decide to put it in, but I guess that probably makes sense to me. So.
And I like how you have, you've got the Americana Christian sound, but you've
Yeah.
also got, you kind of throw in a little bit of a growl in your
Yeah.
voice, a little bit of an edge, which I
That
appreciate.
rock and roll coming
Yeah,
in.
exactly. That's what I was going to say. It's a very unique and cool sound. So yeah,
very
very
much.
cool. So you and I, we share a mutual friend. You're actually here today because of Jeff Arundale.
Yes, from Jeff.
So a shout out to Jeff Arundale. Jeff was here, I think it was maybe all the way back in last July when Jeff was on the show. Jeff and I go way back from being in some bands and the Christian music scene. But I could actually, when you were doing this last song, I could actually envision Jeff performing that song himself. He's got the same vibe as that last song
Yeah.
you did. I don't know. Would you agree with that?
I think so too, and it's funny you say that because the last podcast that I was on said the exact same thing.
Really?
Yeah, they said, man, that reminds me of that Jeff Arundale swampy stuff you were doing.
Well, that's cool. So
Yeah.
you guys should set up a tour here in Iowa.
Yes, we do. We should do. We definitely need to do that, Jeff.
So with being both Americana and Christian, is it hard to find places to play? I mean, are you playing in bars? Are you playing in churches? Where are you playing at?
I all of it.
Okay.
I do all of it. I play on I've got a church that I lead worship at that I do Wednesday night with the youth, and Sunday morning as well. And my wife does worship with me too, so that's
cool.
It's very fun to get to do that. And then I will go out and play at bars and restaurants, around Iowa, and do that. And then also, we're looking for some new places to play right now. And like we were just talking about, Sheepgate Recovery Center. My wife and I, last month we played, and tomorrow night I'll be back there again to lead some worship for them. And we've got a few other irons in the fire, some things that are I've got some event in the fairgrounds this summer that I haven't finalized everything. But, if you go to my website, www.dirkvonsteen.com, it'll have, I've keep my schedule up to date on there on where I'm at, where I'm going. And I'm excited about the new opportunities that are coming up this year. So
Now, the Sheepgate, is that the place that's in Colfax?
It is,
Okay,
yeah.
so we were talking before we went on the air today, And I was in a band, a Christian band that played at the same facility. It was called something different at the time, but as you played there before, right?
This was the first time. This like last month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and you were mentioning there's something tangible there. There is something that you feel when you walk into that place. If you're a Christian, you understand what we're talking about. But that place, you perform. At least when my band performed there, I mean, the guys that were in that recovery center, I mean, they were just on fire. It was such an incredible feeling to play there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we felt too. Is I had an event in November that I played for an album release, a party, and also to celebrate 10 years in recovery.
Yeah.
But they actually were there. They had a booth set up, and I went to them, and my wife and I stopped by, and we said, "How can we help you?
Yeah.
How can we help you guys out?" And they said, actually, we would love to have some in-person worship at the center, and that's exactly what we did. And it was one of the funnest things about it was to be in a room with people that don't have a cell phone. as odd as that sounds, but like
they have to pay attention.
They were present in the moment.
Yes.
And they were on fire, like you said, and like it was so cool just to have a group full of guys that were in love with Jesus like that.
Yeah.
And just like I was telling you, the spirit, was so heavy in the room that I had to shake down my hands after the first song to be like, okay, let's get this going. And it was like you can't give enough to so
very
it was
cool.
a great experience.
So can I ask you a hard question?
Yeah.
All right, since you're 10 years sober, is it hard for you to play in bars or any environments like that?
For me, it's not because I've learned that okay, I guess I should have answered that. I should have thought for a second. It took me a while to get comfortable. It took me a few years to even be able to walk into it.
Sure.
And my first time going to a bar was actually to make an amends to my brother who was playing music at a bar in Des Moines.
Okay.
So, and I learned a valuable lesson that day, which was if I have a purpose to be somewhere, then I'm okay.
Okay.
It doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
Now, if I just walked into a bar and just sat down, that might be a little different. But if I'm there to play music, or if I'm there to eat, or to visit with somebody, it doesn't really bother me.
Okay.
But that's a personal thing. Everybody's different and how that affects them.
Yeah.
So
awesome. Well, cool. Good guy. I like this guy. Dirk Von Steen hanging out here on our Iowa Music Showcase. Let's get into song number 2, shall we?
So song number 2 is it's called "Living Water." It's kind of to tie it into my recovery was one of the things when you're an alcoholic that became very clear to me. There was never enough alcohol. There was never going to be enough to fill that desire inside of me. And I saw that a month sober. I was walking through Walmart, which was a place that I bought it. So I saw somebody carrying some, and it became there was never enough of. There was never going to be enough of that to fill whatever I was trying to fill up inside of me. And what I learned after Jesus revealed himself to me, which is how it worked, was that the only thing that could fill up that need and desire inside of me was him. And once I accepted that and have pursued a relationship with him, and where I'm at today, it was his living water that flows inside of me is really the only thing that can fulfill that, and sharing that love with other people is what I'm here to do today. So this song is called "Living Water."
All right. Once again, Dirk Von Steen here on our Iowa Music Showcase. We're live at Barnwired.
Take me from the downtown lights of busy streets, a relentless grind. Gotta get where the green grass grows, the wind blows free so I can unwind. Been spending too much time taking wrong turns on dead-end roads. Take me into that well where your river of life, living water flows. Yeah. Thirsty for a drink from that river I cannot see. Let your living water live and flow inside of me. Well, I don't need eyes to see where the winding road is leading me. Gotta get back to that well where the river that flows from Galilee. Yeah. For a drink from that river I cannot see. Let your living water live and flow inside of me. For a drink, love that river I cannot see. Let your living water live and flow inside of me.
Dirk. Oh, I should have waited for my cue. Jumped in early.
Thank you very
My bad.
much. It's okay, Steve.
Dirk Bonstein here on the Iowa Music Showcase. Slide guitar, that's what that's called.
Yeah.
All right, the little
Yes, that's my, it's a
little pink,
slide.
the little pinky thing.
Yeah.
Cool sounding tune. Dirk Bonstein here on the Iowa Music Showcase. Let's take a 2-minute commercial break on Steve Shuttler Media on Facebook and YouTube, and we'll be back in 2 minutes with 5 random questions and one last song with Dirk Bonstein here on the Showcase.
Build it together. Build it with Valley Lumber.
Are you building a new house or maybe wanting to do a remodel? Come check out our showroom at Valley Lumber and Hardware's Eddyville location. Cook kitchen cabinets, masonite interior doors, and more. Not sure what you want? Let us help with the design and layout of your new kitchen or remodel. At Valley Lumber and Hardware, we can help with any room in the house, from lumber for building to shower enclosures, paint, and more. Choose Valley Lumber and Hardware with locations in Eddyville and Albia.
The 2012 Iowa Finale Tawny from Tassel Ridge Winery is a sweet dessert wine that is medium tawny in color, slightly acidic, with a rich, elegant finish. It has flavors of dried figs and apricots. Sip it after your meal in front of a roaring fire and pair it with salted roasted cashews, pecans, or walnuts. The 2012 Iowa Finale Tawny is made from a blend of Frontenac and Foch grapes grown in our Mahaska County vineyards. This wine is available at the winery and at some of our 350 retailers. If your favorite store does not offer it, ask the manager to get it for you.
Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider. And Oski Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Oski Dental.
Looking for more than just a job? Find a career where you make a difference right in your community.
What I appreciate about First Resources is our dedication to innovation, always looking for ways to expand programming and offer greater opportunities for our staff and everyone involved.
First Resources staff are amazing. They're committed and they are motivated and they are fierce advocates to help clients meet their goals.
If you're ready to join a team committed to making a difference, apply online and join us at First Resources.
Hey, we are back live here on the Iowa Music Showcase. We're live at Barnwired in Sigourney, hanging out with our guest, Dirk Von Steen. And, Dirk, it's time for 5 random questions.
All right.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Are you
yes.
nervous? Does this make you nervous at all?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Well, that's rare. A lot of people get worked up about the 5 random questions. Question 1, I always do a question of the day on Steve Shetler Media. It goes up at noon, so it just went live. Question is, what have you dropped in the toilet or lost down the sink?
Well, I don't know if it's something specific that I have, but I do plumbing for a living.
Oh, really?
So I can tell you one of the funniest things that I've found that was dropped down a toilet was at North High School. There was an one-ear AirPod, and I was like, oh, that had to be a tough conversation with that kid's parents. Like,
Yeah.
oh
So
man,
expensive.
yeah, like. What are you doing?
I was telling a story during my morning show this morning that I actually dropped my glasses in the toilet.
I do have one. Okay, Steve, sorry, these random questions.
Go ahead.
I do have one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were selling a house one time, and we had a young daughter, and we, right when you go to sell a house, after you sell it, that's when things will start to go wrong, like the garage door. Yes. Well, the toilet upstairs, we're like, what is going on? I couldn't get it fixed, couldn't get it going. I had to take the toilet off the ground and found out my daughter had dropped one of her like a 3-inch Barbie doll. It was stuck down there. Like, oh, jeez. That was a tough conversation with a 2-year-old. Like, what are you doing?
Can't flush your Barbies. Question 2. How many trophies do you still have from when you were a kid?
I still have probably 10 of them. Yeah. They're in my parents', they have like a storage, in the basement with some of the memorabilia from and medals and ribbons. I was a 4-H kid, so
okay.
I still have a box of those.
So you're a busy kid. You're active.
Absolutely.
What were some of the trophies from?
Soccer was the main one. I played
Okay.
baseball, but I was not as good of a baseball to get a trophy.
Yeah.
But
Participation,
so soccer,
ribbon.
Yeah. But a lot of it was through 4-H.
All
My
right.
mom was our leader, so we had a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Question 3. What unusual food combination do you enjoy?
Unusual food combinations, because when I think something is unusual to other people, it's usually really usual to me. Man, these are right on the spot here.
So I'll fill in here. I'll put mine out there.
You
Maybe
put
I'll
yours
give you
up.
time
Yeah.
to think. My weird combination is I like fish sticks with cottage cheese.
Fish sticks with cottage
Those
cheese?
things have to be together.
Wow.
Is that weird?
Well, okay.
No, that's not weird. All right.
I liked it.
Neil, did you think that was weird? I do. All
My
right.
wife would. My wife.
All right. Oh, all right.
My wife would think that'd be very weird because one of my daughters dips everything in cottage cheese, and I'm with her. I'll try it, and I don't mind it, but she thinks it's gross. One thing I prefer. Some people either like this or they don't. I like an egg on a burger, like a runny egg.
Yeah.
I love it when it gets. I love it when my favorite is when it sprays right on my shirt. Those are the best burgers.
I've had that. I've been into one of those, and like.
Yeah, you got to be careful with those.
Question 4. What's the dumbest name for a sports team that you've ever heard?
The dumbest name for a sports team? I think the Washington Commanders
Yes!
is pretty dumb.
Commanders. That's so stupid.
It's so stupid. And there's a comedian, Nate Bargatze, said this, and I think I agree with him. I actually like the Washington football team. I thought that was a better name than the Commanders. Why didn't they just keep that?
What's Cleveland's baseball?
The Guardians.
Guardians.
Yeah, that one's pretty dumb,
That's
too.
stupid, too.
Yeah.
Question 5. Final question. What was your worst chore as a kid?
Worst chore as a kid, I hated this one's easy for me. So in 4-H, I had a brother that he still has livestock and animals and stuff, but we had sheep. Well, I didn't like the sheep. We didn't get along because they were very stubborn. And the worst thing to do is when you're getting ready for fair, you got to break them. You got to get them to start walking. And I hated doing that. I'm like, I don't know who broke. I think the sheep broke me more than I ever broke the sheep. So I hated doing that.
All right. Well, I think you passed the 5 random questions with flying colors. Great job. Great job. All right. Again, we're hanging out with Dirk Von Steen. Before we get into your last song, where can people find you online? All that good stuff.
Yeah, you can find me on www.dirkvonstein.com. VONSTEIN. It looks like Stein, but it is Steen. So
I made that mistake all week long.
Yeah, so dirkvonstein.com is where I keep my schedule up to date. I do the social media stuff, but that's social media. There's so many new social media things these days that Facebook's easy because I can put an event, a location, and all that. So I usually at least the week of have that, but the website's the easiest way.
Okay.
So.
All right. So check him out. Download his music. Check him out on Spotify. Whatever you want to do. Always encourage people to actually buy the music, so you don't just get the 0.000002 cents.
Well, if the music, Spotify, check it out. And if I don't write music to make a lot of money or anything. I do it because I do feel it's a gift that I've been given to write music and to share it. And if it touches somebody's heart, it's all worthwhile. So.
And if people, if somebody's watching this video and they're like, "Oh, we need to book this guy," where are you looking to play? Are you still looking to play bars? Are you looking to play church events?
I would love
anything in between?
2025 is a year where I'm still booking bars and restaurants, limited. I don't have a whole lot more spots that I'm going to book for that, but I am looking for Christian events. That is one of the things that I think that there is a need is through worship or original music, in general. But I think that people love to hear worship music, and I think that there's so many great worship bands at church that I think it'd be fun to get some community events going on. So if you have a community event in mind, you let me know.
And you'll do it as a solo artist? Do you play out with a band?
Well, typically I like to book with my wife because I just enjoy.
Okay.
I just enjoy performing with my wife.
Sure.
So
yeah, come on, audience.
Yeah. I've done a lot of solo gigs over the last few years, and it's more fun to perform with other people.
Yes.
But we could book full band. We can strip it down and just do just the two of us and anything in between.
All right, so check him out, Dirk Von Steen.
Yes.
Or Stein, if you want. He won't argue with you.
You can call me whatever you want.
Let's get one last song from you, Dirk. What are you going to do for us?
Yeah, well, this one, and I hate to end it on a sour note here, but I'm going to. It's a song that I wrote for a cousin of mine that passed away about a year and a half ago, and it was a real traumatic thing. He had a heart attack, and he was in Utah visiting his son, my second cousin, and he had a big, larger-than-life personality. And I know there's no doubt that he's in heaven right now because he came to me about 6 weeks after the funeral and gave me the words to this song, and it's called "Watching Over You." And I was watching a lot of Yellowstone at the time, so it's got a real country feel. And Bob was a cowboy. Like he would ride his horse to the bar in Mingo, Iowa. With a cowboy hat on is what I was envisioning in my head. So it's called "Watching Over You."
All right, Dirk Von Steen, one last time here on the Showcase.
It's my time to go. No time to pack my bag or say goodbye. I see the open door, the light is shining in, and and I know why. Well, I'm on my way to that rock in the sky. Well, I guess it's time for me to spread my wings and fly. I fought for every second with you. I live my life to love you. Well, I'll be watching over you, my wife, my daughter, and my son. Well, I'll watch your kids grow up and you grow old. I'll see the struggles come, less the wind turns cold. I fought for every second with you. I live my life to love you. Well, I'll be watching over you, my wife, my daughter, and my son. Don't give up, don't give in. Oh, let them see struggle from within. Work through the pain. Make the change to be who God shows you. I fought for every second with you. I live my life to love you. I'll be watching over you, my wife, my daughter, and my son.
That's Dirk Von Steen here on our Iowa Music Showcase. Yeah, definitely a Western feel to that one. I can see you riding on your cowboy or on your horse with your cowboy hat on. All right, well, Dirk, nice to meet you and get to know you today. It's been a great interview. You've done a great job.
Thank you very much.
So check him out online, follow him on social media, and make sure you check out his music. Next week, we're going to have Luke Fox making his debut here on the Iowa Music Showcase. I think he's playing over at the KT next Friday night, so he's going to do a double stop here in Southeast Iowa. So Luke Fox. The week after that, we're going to be featuring the live music of a movie that was made here in Iowa called The Gates. So we're going to have a few different artists. We've had Brittany Sword is going to be here. We're going to have Days Live Music, they've both been here before, and we're going to have the filmmakers here as well. So it's going to be an interesting show coming up here in a couple of weeks. So some stuff to look forward to here over the next few weeks here on our Iowa Music Showcase. Of course, tomorrow morning we're right back here at the exact same place for the sports section, talking to area athletes and coaches. We're going to have our state champ Rihanna Utterback from Sigourney Kyoto Wrestling on the show. Kia Montgomery as well from SK Wrestling. We're going to have the debut of Ottumwa. Ottumwa finally getting on our sports section with their girls basketball team. We'll have their coach, some players, and then also the North Mahaska boys basketball team coming off of their win last night, going to be on the show tomorrow as well. So a nice mixed combination of some different schools and area athletes and coaches here on the sports section. So tune in. We'll be back here again next Friday. We're here every Friday for the Iowa Music Showcase from 11:30 to noon. For Dirk, for Neil Kropp behind the scenes working on things. Thanks to you guys in the audience. Did we have fun today? All right. So we'll see you next time here on the Iowa Music Showcase on Steve Shetler Media.